Life is a relentless battle where external pressures and influences can overpower our inner desires for harmony. It can feel as though our thoughts, emotions, and aspirations are forever at the mercy of the ephemeral world around us. Sometimes we wonder whether it is possible at all to gain a true foothold on our thoughts and feelings, and often we simply resign ourselves to waiting for another day, hoping for a better outcome. One concept that has been the focus of many commentators is that of having an internal locus of control. Essentially, this idea suggests that we can take control of our lives and actively pursue purposes we've set for ourselves. However, this is tricky because when feelings of weakness, fear, or sadness creep in, we start doubting ourselves and our agency over our lives. Ironically, this surrendering usually leads to a self-fulfilling prophecy, accelerating whatever downward spiral we were already on. The purpose of this video is to remind you of 4 ideas that could inspire you to break free from such a rut. So in typical self-help fashion, here they are. 1. Unshackling from labels. The journey to mental freedom requires detachment from labels and definitions that have shaped our identities since childhood. Part of this is how we use language to label the things around us, as well as ourselves. I am this, or I am that. I am angry, or I am a consultant. These labels are primarily there so we can communicate with others, but they are inaccurate statements about the self. If you take them seriously, they can psychologically box you in and make you forget what you truly are. So when you feel small or that the future is bleak, examine how you are labeling yourself. Explore other labels that you might not usually associate with yourself. For example, quirky, creative, or clumsy. Don't reject these out of hand, but rather use them to go beyond the conventional psychological boundaries that have been imposed on you over time. 2. Managing reactions. Pain doesn't stem from external events, but rather from our perceptions of them. Furthermore, we rarely perceive things directly as sensory signals, such as sounds or sights. More likely than not, we perceive them as meanings within the psychological constructions of our lives. We transform the sound of someone else's words into threats or criticisms and adopt a defensive stance in response. Often this still happens even if we know rationally that such reactions aren't helpful to our well-being. A deeper examination reveals that a part of how we react is within our control, offering an opportunity for growth. Indeed, for the Stoics, this is all that is ever within our control. How we react feeds back into our perceptions of the world, our emotions and beliefs. Our reactions hold up a mirror to our inner worlds, so by cultivating better reactions to the external world, we are inching our way toward greater freedom. 3. Exploring trigger points. Related to this is the practice of exploring triggers. Interactions with others are intricate exchanges of emotions and reactions. These often hint at unresolved issues that lie dormant within us. When someone's words evoke anger, they've inadvertently touched upon a suppressed sore spot. Delving into these triggers helps us better understand our subconscious. Often our inner workings are hard to change, but sometimes we stumble upon something that can be changed, leading us unexpectedly to self-discovery. The aim here isn't necessarily to re-engineer everything, as some gurus claim you should, but to understand the origins of our emotions with greater granularity. The appropriate response depends on what you find. Some things are more malleable, others are part of our core. 4. Environment. Psychological freedom requires release in one form or another. Letting go of ingrained ideals, reactions, and the need for external validation are examples of this. Effective inner work often amounts to being able to come to terms with reality in ways we couldn't before. Whether that's what you possess in life and what you don't, the talent and success that you wish you had, or some other form of mentally constructed happiness that you or someone else has been dangling in front of your face as a carrot to chase since childhood. In an age marked by information overload and unprecedented levels of exposure to successful others, what has become more apparent than ever is our inherent human tendency to pick up unhelpful signals and form internal beliefs out of them. Perhaps the most direct way to free yourself from their stranglehold is simply to change your environment. Be intentional in what media you consume, distance yourself from toxic messages, and build times of quietude into your day.